Hey, what up, YouTube? Doing a sub contest video for Autograph Nation. Just want you to go over, sub to him, and tell him who your favorite player is. Mine's Dan Marino. Grew up on the east coast of Florida. Born on the 13th, and Miami Dolphin football was pretty popular when I was growing up, so started watching and immediately took to the number 13. Now I'm 31 years old, and he's still my favorite, even though he never won a Super Bowl, and he takes a lot of heat for that. I just don't think he had all the pieces to compete with all the other teams back then. Let's see. Players that I've met. I've met so many people, it's ridiculous. Sandy Koufax, I've met. Caverkin Jr., I've met. Charles Barkley, Ramon Martinez, if any of you guys remember him from the Dodgers. Him and my mom were actually good friends. Duke Snyder, Tony Stewart for NASCAR, I've met. Who knows? I can't even think. I've met so many. All the Orlando Magic players. But I'd say my favorite story that I have, one is the country music group. I know that's not really has anything to do with it, but it's still a celebrity that I met. I hung out with the band Sugarland, Gary Allen, and Chris Cagle. We went to a country music concert in Orlando, and afterwards we went to this little bar called 8 Seconds. And all of them were there along with Brooks and Dunn, but I didn't hang out with them. I actually sat at the bar with them, drank with them, and I threw up the whole way home because they kept buying me drinks all night long. And the female that sings for, my bad, I said it wasn't, it was freaking Trick Pony. That was the group, not Sugarland. Sugarland came here to Germany in concert a few months ago, so I still have them on my mind. Didn't get to meet them, but yeah, it was Trick Pony, and the lead singer, Heidi, she was drinking White Russians, and she asked me if I wanted a drink. I said yeah. She was going to buy me anything I wanted, but I thought that was rude, so if you're going to buy me something, buy me what you're drinking. That's how I always roll. So she was drinking White Russians, so I drank a bunch of those on top of a bunch of beer and freaking puked the whole way home. Then Charles Barkley, I was coming home from basic training. I was on a flight from San Antonio to Houston. When we stopped in Houston, he boarded the plane. I was in my blues. I was sitting in the first row in regular class and coach. He was sitting in the last row of first class. And I was in my uniform. He turned around a couple times and he looked at me when the curtain would open. And he actually called me up there and we started talking about the military. And at the time I didn't really know anything about it. I'd only been in a few months, basic training and tech school. So we were flying to Orlando, and he just talked to me the whole way, asking me questions like who I thought the ugliest NBA player was, and he said he thought Scottie Pippen was the ugliest player. But we had some really good conversation. He knew he was going to get bombarded when we got off the plane at the airport, so I hadn't seen my mom in like 9 months. I step off the plane, I go walking over, or like 6 months. I step off the plane, I go walking over to give my mom a hug, and she like walks right past me. So my mom has a YouTube account, so I'm not making this shit up, I swear. She'll see this video. She walked right past me and ran up to Charles Barkley. It was like I didn't even freaking exist. So why he was still behind, like, because we had all walked off the plane and we were all going to get our luggage and stuff. So we were walking towards where people meet you at. And I'd gotten off the plane like right behind him, and I ended up passing him because I was happy to go see my mom. I got my arms out like I'm going to give her a hug, and she beelines right past me and runs up to Charles Barkley. And she asked me for something for him to sign, and he signed my military orders that I had to go live in Thule, Greenland. And then he's like, well, I don't want people bothering me. So he acted like he was talking on his cell phone and was actually talking to my mom, just saying how proud he was that, you know, young men like me would be in the military. I was only 19, so just a really cool experience. People got a lot of bad things to say about Barkley, but I think Barkley's a pimp. Love the dude to death, and I wish he had more autograph cards on eBay because I'd like to get one. I still have the copy of the order somewhere, and if I find it, I'll show it to y'all. But that's my story. Go sub to him. Check the description box for the link, and take care, guys. Later.